Hey, what's going on everyone, it's Chess here bringing you a new video on Duel Links, and today we are going to be prepping for the qualifiers tomorrow on Duel Links. And yeah, I'm just going to showcase a few decks, tell you guys some tips and tricks on what to do and what will help you, and the meta decks that you're most likely going to see and how to counter them. So it's going to be full of help, and hopefully you'll pick up some kind of information on how to do better in the qualifiers, so you'll be able to get to championships if you want to, and yeah, all that good stuff. And I'll be showcasing decks that I'll be using as well, just in case you guys want to like take inspiration from a few of my decks. But there's only one deck that I'll be running most of the time, and that is this guy. It's a switcheroo deck, believe it or not, even though switcheroo's been nerfed. There is one deck that still works with Switcheroo perfectly, and that's the Shine Ball Venus deck of power. Thing is, with the Shine Ball deck, people think it fell off ages ago because it used to be so meta, and then obviously it hardly sees play anymore. But the people that still use Shine Ball are the people that are still in King of Games and still just absolutely tear down every deck in existence. And I think the reason why you don't hear any information about the Shine Ball deck is because people don't want it to become meta again because of how powerful it is. Because it's insane. No one wants to see this deck running around anymore because it's just horrible to face, and it just wrecks shop. Because a few weeks ago I uploaded a video of like a 30-minute session of me doing non-stop PvP battles with this exact deck right here. Well, it might have been a little bit different, but same concept, and I won every single duel for 30 minutes straight against every single meta deck you could think about. It was insane. And yeah, this is the engine. It works off the Agent of Creation Venus. This deck's pretty cheap as well if you think about it, because it doesn't contain too many like URs or anything, and they're pretty easy to get cards. So there's 3 Venus. That's the main card of the deck. That's what you want to hopefully get in your starting hand. We got the Warrior Digraph, really easy card to get, 1700 attack. He's just a basic beatdown monster, got a pretty good defense as well, and he works perfectly with Order to Charge, which is the main spell of the entire deck. You order to charge everything, it's insane. So if you didn't know about the Venus deck, is you try and summon your Venus first turn, you pay 500 life points to summon this guy, the Shine Ball, and hopefully you can pull 2 out on the field, and that way you will take 500 life points per ball, so that's 1000 life points, and you're able to get a switcheroo off. And then from that, if you start with a White Elephant's Gift, you can send one of your balls to the graveyard, draw 2 cards, and then pull out another Shine Ball to the field. So you're gaining 2 cards, and you're replacing your Shine Ball is really powerful. And then from them 2 draws, you might have pulled yourself an Order to Charge, which you can set, and then on their turn you can just destroy their monster. So it gives you a full control over their field, and it basically is a control deck. It's so powerful. I'm running 1 Supremacy Berry because it does eat your life points quite a lot if you keep using the engine. This deck is definitely like top tier King of Games level. It's insane. If you just focus this deck and keep using it non-stop, you're guaranteed to get King of Games. And I'm not even joking about that. This deck will easily get you King of Games. We've got the 2 Econ. I would run 3, I think. Actually, no, 2's the perfect amount for this deck, I think. So we've got the 2 enemy controllers to control the field even more. The White Elephant's Gift that I've already spoke about. This guy, completely broken. This trap is broken in this deck. Jar of Avarice, target 5 cards in your graveyard, except the Jar of Avarice. Shuffle all 5 into your deck and draw 1 card. You can only use 1 Jar of Avarice per turn. So what you do with this guy is, once your 3 Shine Balls are in the graveyard and a few Order Charges, because you're just blowing up the field non-stop, just completely destroying your opponent, then they're like, right, this dude's useless. He has no Shine Balls and no Order to Charges left. So they try and go in on you. You activate that, all your Shine Balls go back to your deck, along with your Order Charges, and then your Venus that's on the field can special summon them straight from the deck again. And yeah, it's so powerful. And that's another good reason to run Berry, because if you summon 3, that's 1500 life points, and then if you summon in another 3 again, that's quite a lot of life points you're losing just from this guy's effect, so the Berry helps. So definitely run a Jar of Avarice in your Shine Ball deck if you're running it. Order to Smash, great card, absolutely amazing. This card right here is the reason why I'm not running a Twister or a D-Spell. Select one face-up level 2 or lower normal monster on your side of the field. Activate this card. When the card resolves its effect, you can tribute that normal monster, so you tribute a Shine Ball basically, and destroy 1 to 2 spell-off traps on your opponent's side of the field. So you can target Harpy's Hunting Ground with it, you can target face-down cards, so you can get rid of the mirror walls of their enemy controllers. It's a super powerful card, and then you can get it back with Jar of Avarice if needed to. And the last card is just Windstorm, just thrive on their side of field into defense. Super powerful deck, works really, really well. It searches out the cards you need really, really fast. And yeah, if you start off with a Creation of Venus in your hand, you just basically... If the perfect hand is if you start with a Venus, an Order to Charge, and a White Elephant's Gift, you've basically won the game. I've been in situations where I've started with them 3 cards, my opponents realise I've got them 3 cards and just surrender instantly, because there's nothing they can do. So that's the deck I'll be running through the entire whole of the qualifiers, and I most likely will definitely hit King of Games with it. And another deck that I might run, depending on what the meta turns into, because the meta changes all the time. And that's not this deck. I accidentally clicked on something. Just give it a sec. I accidentally clicked copy. Don't need to copy anything. This is a Gravekeepers deck that I'm showing off next. I've changed my Gravekeepers deck up quite a lot, and I think the one that I've created is the best Gravekeepers deck in the game, by far. And here it is. It looks a little bit different. You can see like cards that you might not see in a normal Gravekeepers deck, like this guy. This guy is spectacular in a Gravekeepers deck, let me just tell you that. Because if you've got an open field and they've got 2 monsters, you special summon that from your hand, and then you can instantly tribute it for a chief, and then pull something out of the grave. You can combo it really well with loads of stuff. 1 Sphere Creep also when you throw down a Recruiter that you want to survive, or a Priestess, you can use your hand trap. So 2 Oracles, 2 Chiefs. Chiefs are the main function of the deck, so if you don't have 2 Chiefs, make sure you try and pull one as fast as possible if you can. The Jester. There's a giant thing online about the Jester. People saying, oh, it's useless in the Gravekeepers, other people saying it's one of the best cards for Gravekeepers, and to me it 100% is one of the best cards for Gravekeepers, especially if you are running the Chiefs, because you summon this guy, special summon a Chief, game basically. There's so many combos you can pull off with the Jester. 3 Recruiters, 3 Priestess, 2 Soul Exchange to steal their monsters for the Chiefs or whatever I need them to. 1 Double Summon, because Double Summon's extremely amazing in the deck. The enemy controllers, and I've got Eliminating the League in this deck, but I did swap it out for a while during Platinum and lower leagues. I swapped it for Divine Wrath, and that's just to counter like Relinquish or anything, or anything crazy with effects. I've noticed that in lower leagues people have loads of effect monsters, or their main function of the deck is to get out the big effect monster. So if you run the Divine Wrath instead of eliminating the league, you can just blow up their big monster and the deck becomes useless. And 1 Windstorm as well. This deck, it can get King of Games, so in the upcoming tournament, I think it'll get you pretty far if you have the cards. Yeah, so there's the Gravekeeper deck. I might run that during the early leagues and then jump to Venus for the last few stages and completely win. This deck might get me a lot of hate. I've created an evil deck right here. And that is a Harpy Relinquish deck. Now Switcheroo's been nerfed, so Relinquish doesn't see a lot of play with Bandit Keith. You are 100% going to see Relinquish in most Harpy decks these days, and this is the build that I've done. It works a little bit too well sometimes, and other times you'll start off with like a dud hand, but I'd say about 85% of the time you'll start off just perfect, and you'll most likely win. And that's the 3 Relinquish, 1 Sonic Bird. I'd run 2 if I had them, but I've only got the 1. 1 Suijin of 1,000 Hands. 1 Sphere Kuriboh. I do have 2, but I've only managed to put 1 in the deck. I think it works pretty well with the 1. We got the Harpy trio. So we got the 1, the 2, and the 3. They're all good in their own ways. Like the 1 boosts your wind monsters. 2 is the one that if they attack into it, they can't attack for 2 turns. So it pretty much stalls them out. And then if you attack face down, the effect is negated. And then we got the 3 Sonic Birds because they're super powerful with the field spell activated. 1900 attack, really powerful. And yeah, the Jar of Greeds are just to draw all the cards you need and go for game. Really powerful deck. You'll probably see a lot of Relinquish Harpies, and it's such, yeah. If you've got the Harpies and you've got the Relinquish, mix them together, you will pretty much get really far. It's hard to counter. I do have Last Gamble, but I don't have like the Desert Twister and stuff, so I can't show that deck off. But if you want to see all the Last Gamble decks in existence, just go and check out freaking Guns Blazing. He's the master of Last Gamble, everybody knows that. He thrives off it. I did have a burn deck, but I kind of deleted it. But I'll just make a burn deck real quick for you guys, just in case any of you are planning on running a burn deck. So the basic burn deck will look something like this. If you got the dual standby, it's one of the cheapest decks in the game as well, and it will probably get you to King of Games. It's a 50-50 deck. So if you click monsters, I think the only monster you want in this deck will be, I pulled one not too long ago, so it should be near the top. Or if I just search fire, that might help even more. Yeah, I'll just search for it. Fire. There she is. She's a normal card, so she's not that difficult to pull. The Lady Assassin of the Flames. When she flips, mill the top 3 cards out of play. And yeah, your opponent takes 800 life points. Pretty powerful burn card. So you want to run them guys. And most of the rest are just simple burn cards. Spell and traps, normal. You want to run like the, I want to call it the Upset Goblin, but I know it's not the Upset Goblin. So there is the, let me just find it for you. No. Burning Lands also works really well. I can't find the cards I need, but you know the gist. But yeah, I'll just leave it. I'll put a picture up on the screen if I remember of the control burn deck for dual standby. Pretty powerful deck. Most people hate it because of it can just instantly win games one turn. And the Infestation deck is just getting more and more toxic right now. This deck is insanely powerful and it will get you really far. The Parasite Infestation deck is getting more and more famous, more and more people are running it, and it works really well. So the main function of it is you shuffle 3 Parasites into your opponent's deck. If they draw a Parasite, they special summon it from their hand, and they take 1000 damage, and you can put up to 3 Parasites randomly into their deck. I know most people don't have the big Shield Gardeners, but you can swap these out for like the Cocoons of Evolution or Labyrinth Wall. Just something big and bulky that if they attack into it, they're going to take quite a lot of life points, and it helps you defend. 2 Sphere Karibo, just so it stalls a little bit more. The 4-star Ladybugs is you destroy all of them 4-star monsters. The Panda, which you want to run in every single one of your Parasite decks, because if they're just throwing everything into defense and then they special summon a Parasite from the hand, you can attack into it and do like 2000 damage, I think, if they've got 3 monsters on the field, because it's got piercing damage, and every time, for every monster they got inside the field, it gains 500 attack. So it's really powerful. And this card right here, you might have never seen it before in any deck, because for some reason people forgot that it existed. Electric Wizard. Lizard. I keep calling it Wizard, my apologies. If they attack into it, they can't attack next turn, so it's stally, it works amazingly. The 2 Econs, because Econ works in every deck and it's amazing. Burning Lands to destroy, field spells, and they take 500 life points every single turn. And then if they use Twister, they take 500 life points anyway, so it helps burn down the life points. 2 Jade Whistles to get the Parasites to the top of the deck, and Mirror Wall just so if they try and attack into your defense monster or into one of your monsters, you can mirror wall them. They take a lot of life points, and you're gonna win most of the time. Like if they attack into a face down Guardian, you can just activate mirror wall, and you know for a fact they're gonna take quite a lot of life points from that. And with the 3-star demotion decks becoming the most popular thing in existence, burn decks counter them hard because they pay 2,000 life points to get out of the big monsters, and then with burn you can just deal 2,000 life points to them and you've won. It's really, really powerful. Machine decks will be pretty good, I think, as well, but I won't show off any machine decks right now. I think I have a few other builds. I can't think off the top of my head what they are. Let me just see what... Oh yeah, the control deck, if this is the right control deck, that is. Let me just see. Yep, this deck will 100%, you'll see it a few times, and it will probably get you King of Games as well, and that is the control clown deck. It's insanely powerful. It'll make you control the entire board instantly. Your opponent won't be able to do anything, and you'll win most of the time. So 3 Sergeant Electros to lock down their back row. If you don't have Sergeant Electro, just try and pull it because it is one of the best cards in the game, and it will stay around. Well, it'll stay relevant for a pretty long while because it is really, really powerful. 2 4-star Ladybugs destroy other 4-star monsters. The main function of the deck is Guardian, Statue Guardian. You flip it face up, one of the monsters on the other side of the field goes straight to the hand, and then you can flip it face down again, so you can keep returning the monsters from the field to the hand, so it'll give you full control of the board. And then the Dream Clown, when it gets turned to defense mode, you destroy one of their monsters. Really, really, really powerful. And you chain the Clown with Desert Sunlight. All monsters on your side of the field get changed to defense monsters. So it basically gives you full control over their side of the field. They can't not do anything, and you just keep poking at them with your Electro or your weaker monsters, and you're gonna win because there's nothing they can do. And there's this guy as well, which also puts their monster into defense mode. Windstorm puts their monster into defense mode. We got the mirror walls, helps keep our monsters alive. So yeah, that deck right there, really, really powerful. You'll probably see it being run a few times, because clown decks are really, really, really good. Especially if the 3-star demotion pay 2,000 life points, they summon the really powerful monsters, you return them straight to the hand, and then they've just wasted 2,000 life points for no reason. And they can't use it again until they put the life points back up. So that's really, really powerful. I don't want to show off a Toon deck right now. Sweat and Go Ready. I haven't named one of my decks. Oh yeah, I remember that deck. I think I have one other deck as well. Dinos might see a few play, but they won't get too far. But yeah, I think that's the decks that I've got to show off right now. And you know what, I'll jump into a PvP battle with this Shine Ball deck and just show you that switcheroo is still viable and it can still be used. If I lose this duel, shame on me, because the deck is amazing. We'll just jump in and do a quick battle with it right now, just so I can show you the functions of it, if you didn't see my last video. And it's so funny using Shine Ball versus 3-star demotion, because they like pay 2,000 life points. I special summon this. Well, I summon this really powerful monster from my hand, and you're like, you just play order to charge, destroy it, and then they'll double summon. I summon this one in order to charge, and then you hit them directly for game. Really, really powerful. Can we find a battle, please? I think it's taken a while to find a PvP fight, but there we go. And I think it's a 3-star demotion deck as well. Win and we win a rank. As you saw just then, I do have the King of Games logo in the corner because I've hit King of Games a few times when I'm not messing around trying out new decks. So this might be a 3-star demotion deck. And we start off with Venus, so all we need now is, yep, 3-star demotion. If we pull an order to charge with one, basically. Oh, it's the blue ice one, not the blue ice. It's a Dark Magician one as well. Look at this, it's insanely powerful. This is one of the best decks in the game as well. So it's good that he's showcasing this. You'll see this deck quite a lot as well. So if he's got no way to counter my Venus, I basically might have won. Pay 500. Always summon from the back, you shine balls from the back first, because the one at the front is the one in your hand. Then activate again. Summon that. And what you want to do is make sure you play White Elephant's Gift before switcherooing, so you don't have a chance of drawing your shine ball back into your hand. So right now we're hoping to get a Order to Charge or two. There's the Order to Charge, and now we switcheroo. Send this back into the deck and hopefully pull another Order to Charge. Oh, pulling all the Venuses. So we'll set this, and set this. Play this. Special summon this into defense. 3-sword emotion is so powerful, it's ridiculous. And we'll just end our turn. See what he wants to do. He might fear the fact... Actually no, because he might blow up the field right now. Yep, there it is. So he's targeting that. We will play Order to Charge. Destroy Shine Ball. We should have done this on our turn, just so we couldn't destroy our entire field basically right now. Let's see what else he can do. So, yeah, we're about to take... Yeah, we're going to take some damage right now. I think we can still win this, it's just he started out with like the most perfect combo in that entire deck. Sage's Stone, both Dark Magician Girl and Dark Magician, and he pulled Thousand Knives as well. He basically had magic. So we'll draw a card. We're still in good shape, don't worry. Oh, we're in perfect shape. Watch this. Supremacy Berry. Draw of Avarice. See, our entire field's basically gone and all our best monsters, but right now, we can get them all back. 2 Shine Balls, 3. Order to Charge, we want that back as well. And we'll leave that Venus in the graveyard, we'll grab White Elephant's Gift. So all 3 of our balls are going back into the deck. An Order to Charge and a White Elephant's Gift. And we'll draw a card off this as well. Unfortunately, we drew a Shine Ball. What's this again? Order to Smash. Actually, no, you don't switcheroo while you have a Shine Ball in your hand. We'll special summon 2 Shine Balls and then switcheroo it. Hopefully we get an Order to Charge and we'll be in really, really good shape. I think. Wait, let me just check his graveyard real quick. Oh yeah, he also... He basically pulled pure magic, and as you can see I'm still catching up with him, and I'm still in pretty good shape, I'd say. Activate this, draw 2 cards. Our entire field of monsters got destroyed, and look, we got everything back. Ah. Wait, is that game? Let me just... I think we just got game, guys. We just got game. He pulled everything perfectly, and we've just got game. People are raving about the 3-star demotion decks being way too powerful. They forget. Everyone forgets about the Shine Balls. Tribute the Shine Ball. Take control of his monster. Is he gonna rage quit? Is he gonna DC? I would if that's him. Enemy controller. Tribute our other Shine Ball. Take control of his monster. And that's 100% game. There's no way you can stop it. Attack. I'm sorry it's a bit laggy, I forgot to close down Steam and it's downloading the game right now. I should have put it on pause, my apologies guys. And attack him directly with his own monster. Boom. Game. He pulled the best hand he could ever pull with one of the most powerful decks in the game right now, and I've just proven that Venus Shine Ball deck is still viable and insanely powerful. So yeah. I think, yeah, we go up a league, but it doesn't matter because it ends tonight or tomorrow because of the qualifiers. So there's a quick win anyway. Winning. Reason why I kept ranking down is because I was testing out these crazy mill decks and stuff. I was seeing what I could do with them. But that was a perfect duel, just to show you guys the strength of the deck I'll be running during the qualifiers. So if you picked up any tips and tricks or picked up a deck idea or anything from this video, please leave a like and a comment down below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow with a new video. Bye bye.